extremely proud of our group. I thought it was a gutsy effort. When you get 10 threes knocked down on you in the first half and you see a 10-plus point deficit, I think we got down 14 at one point. The one thing about this group, and they've done it all year long, and I've said it over and over, we've been playing tournament basketball for the last few weeks, and I think that prepares you for moments like this. And, we've been talking about the word believe. All you Ted Lasso fans out there, just believe in each other. And this group has an unbelievable belief in each other, and just their chemistry and connectivity, I thought carried us. I thought we needed to be better defensively, and we challenged them at halftime to take some better shots, to get some stops, and they did just that, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Coach, just problem, I might be the only one sitting on this side that knows what you just said, what you just mentioned, Ted Lasso. I am a fan.
There you go. It's a pretty good show, minus the language.
True, but his theory behind that is believing. How often did it come up during the season? Whether it came up at the beginning or in the middle? When did it kind of like all sink in for everyone?
Well, I think when this group came in, we have 9 new faces, and to do what they just did with 9 new faces, it's pretty special, and you only do that with special people in the locker room. And we've got a great group of young women that come from great families. And when you've got great people, I'll say it over and over. I said this 6 years ago when I took this job. Yes, we have to have talent, but ultimately you're going to win with people. And we've got an incredible group of young women that has an unwavering belief in themselves and what we're trying to accomplish. And, it started in June when they came to campus, and we had summer workouts, and it just hasn't stopped. They love each other. And you can talk about team being a family, and coaches talk about that a lot. But we define family as people you love, you trust, and you respect. And this group epitomizes that.
The other part of that is they've got to believe in themselves once they get instruction, but also once you put them out on the floor, at some point you got to allow them to be themselves and win games for you and learn out of situations. How much was that talked about?
Yeah, I think sometimes coaches, we can try to control things, and I like to control things. I can admit that. The one thing that this group has taught me, that if I give them the latitude and freedom to do that, they continue to show up for each other, and they continue to prove us right, or they prove us wrong. And they've proven us right a whole lot of times here over the last month and a half. But again, it goes back to when you show up and you just challenge them to do the next right thing every day. Good things can happen. And we've got a group in there that has their hearts and their minds in the right spot. And you can sit here and say, well, Coach, you're not talking much schematically. If kids don't believe in who they are as individuals, and the beauty of a team is that we have a bunch of individuals that are uniquely designed, and it is our job to allow them to be themselves. Every Monday we spend time talking about that and writing in their grateful journals and spending time doing that. And if that means we take away, 30 more minutes on the floor, I think you saw tonight where that pays off.
2 players in particular tonight, I guess I reference them as being very efficient. Walker, 24 points, 10 of 12 at the free throw line, in only 29 minutes of play time, and I think the other person, is Roberson, 23 points, and only 28 minutes of play time.
Yeah, they both did that on 11 shots, but they got to the free throw line. And I just thought we started scattered offensively. And, we didn't play them in the regular season. So it's the first time that either team has seen each other. And sometimes, we can talk about, well, honestly, we didn't get to work on it, but, walk through in the hotel and you could show film. But when you're out there, they're and give Middle Tennessee credit. They have defended extremely well. I think they're giving up 57 a game. They're, I think, second in the league in scoring. And they're really, really good, and they're really good at what they do. And Coach Insel always gets his teams to play unbelievably hard, and they're sound schematically. And, we just needed to adjust. I thought we took some rush shots early on, and we just needed to settle in and get some paint touches. And we look up, and we've got 22 points in the paint. And I thought we got to the free throw line. We missed some free throws tonight. We normally, we shot 79%. But I'll take, we look up, and we go about midway through the fourth quarter, I'm going, we're losing a game based off analytics because they've hit a ton of threes. And we're trading twos for threes, and we needed to get some stops. And we went inside, we got some stops, and then we went inside and got some paint touches, got to the free throw line, and I was worried about how we were going to score tonight, and I look up and we've got 80, but got to the line 29 times, so it's pretty efficient. Those two were very efficient.
You were coming in here, Coach, you were saying we won with his own. How big was that second half adjustment, and what were some of the biggest things you saw with the zone in the second half?
Well, honestly, we needed to break the rhythm. They were all their threes were catch and shoot, and I just didn't. It's not that we weren't playing hard defensively and our man to start out, but we got in foul trouble. Anlar picks up 2. We have to put her on the bench, and she's our biggest communicator defensively from the inside. And when you lose that, it impacts how you operate. And then we've got 2 freshmen out there, Amaya Brandon and Sylvia Nativi, who are still learning the ropes defensively. And I know that it's March, but they still haven't been in this situation. And then Kiana Walker picks up 2 fouls. So we kind of were forced to go to the zone a little bit to put those 2 back in and just kind of buy some time. And then we got real comfortable in it, and I think it forced them to slow down a little bit. We ran them off the line. They missed some. And I think early in the half, we started making that run. We cut into it, got it to 6. They missed 3 threes on one possession. We couldn't secure a board, and then they hit the 4th one. But they were missing some. And sometimes you just got to break rhythm. And for us, it came about because we got in foul trouble. And I'd love to say that, we were just going to go to it. But we knew we were going to mix it up, and we just tried to keep them off balance, going back and forth. And some of it's based off our lineups, too.
Fourth quarter, 34 to 15 against Middle Tennessee. That's a big gap. That's a big gap.
Not sure we scored 34 points in a quarter all year, but I'll take it today. It was, and we talked about finish well. We got to the free throw line. We were able to get a couple of fouls or a couple of free throw attempts and then the ball back on the 2 intentional fouls. And, I can be a little passionate over there on the sidelines, and I can be a little demonstrative, but we saw what happened, and we knew that needed to be reviewed. And honestly, I think that kind of got us going a little bit because it gave us the free throws, and then we retained possession, and then we scored out of that, which was huge.
Last question.
I guess lastly, very few teams outscore their opponent in the second half in both quarters. You were able to do that tonight. You just mentioned, talking to Rutgers and getting a review. Having that situation to happen and then still be able to get past that point and finish.
Well, I get the credit goes to our players. They're the ones that are out there making plays, and I thought they were just steady. And, we don't talk a lot about Salma Bates, but she was huge today. She's been in double figures, I think, 3 of our last 4 games. 5 of 7 from the field. She hit a couple of big shots, 4 assists to 3 turnovers. That's what you need from your point guard. And I thought we got that. She was constantly talking, and she just has a calm demeanor about herself that really allows us, everybody else to be who they are. And I thought, I'd love to say I did something, but those young women, they stepped up and they got stops when we need them. Had a couple of Amaya Brandon has a huge defensive board with about 2.5 to go. Lota Sant, you would say, would not be our best defender. Walls up and forces Whitson to miss a shot, and then we get a defensive board and retain possession. I thought that was a huge play for us down the stretch, under 3 minutes. So just a lot of people stepping up and making plays when we had to.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, y'all.